So let's talk about some workouts to do for 400, 800 meter runners in October. Coach Jason here from Top Line Running. Hope you're all doing well. Again, we are in the cross country season right now, right? Approaching mid season. So high school or college doesn't really matter, but most 400, 800 meter runners don't run cross country, at least at the college level. Some do run at the high school level. So the workouts I want to talk about today will help you complement cross country workouts, but also help ease the transition into track when that happens later on in November and December. Okay. Tomorrow, or the next video I'm going to do, I'm talking about 800 meter, 1500 meters workouts to do in October as well to help, again, complement cross country training, help you transition to the track, especially for those that are not excited about cross country or more excited in the track. This helps keep them engaged. Okay. So if you're an athlete or coach, make sure you hit the like button. If you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't done that yet. We are on the march to 5,000 subs. Your support really means the world. I greatly appreciate it. And again, my email address, blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. Again, blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. If you have questions about any of these videos or any of the 600 videos on this channel, we could talk about them. Just send me an email, okay, with questions. I do personalized coaching and mentoring for high school coaches and college coaches. Coach a lot of athletes, multiple events. So if you happen to be coaching people who are long sprinters, middle distance runners, coaching people for the marathon or half marathon, I've got videos on here fully detailed on training programs. We can talk about any one of them, and I've got workouts too. I'm also a former competitive runner and a USATF certified coach of the last 2 decades as well. And I'm also a Wharton trained and certified active isolation and flexibility therapist and musculoskeletal therapist. So I'm here to help you run fast and keep you healthy while you do it. I'll always say that. Okay. Now, talking about the 400, 800 meter group. Workouts to help keep you cross-country fit and also help start the transition to the track in October. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, most of the time, the 400, 800 meter group, at least as it pertains to high school, tends to do a lot of the workouts with the cross-country team. Okay, I understand that. But there's an individualization component that's not being incorporated here in some situations. Not saying all, and I can't speak for all coaches and all programs, but this is a way of letting you touch base with the events that you really like, helping you stay engaged during the cross country season so that you have something to look forward to in the track in December. Okay, next month is championship season. But right now the weather's going to start cooling off. Things are going to start getting faster. And if you run over the summer, and you're taking advantage of the fitness in the fall now where you really can build fitness, then these workouts are definitely going to be something to enjoy. So let's get into these. Okay, workout 1. Okay, as always, a good warm-up, drills and strides. If you need transitional pieces like a couple of 200s, you do that to find the pace of the workout, or a longer rep to help elevate your heart rate. Depends on what you're trying to do here. Okay, workout 1, 7.5 minutes at tempo pace. Okay, you take a 4-minute active recovery, then you do a 300 meter rep at 800 meter pace on the track if you have access to it. Take a 4-minute recovery, then another 7.5 minutes at tempo, 4-minute recovery, 300 meters again at 800 meter race pace, 4-minute recovery, and then you do a 5-minute tempo, take a 4-minute recovery, and then you do 200 meters fast. Okay, so broken up into pieces, you've got 20 minutes of tempo running. Okay, and generally for the 400, 800 meter runners, 20 minutes of consecutive tempo running is a little bit of a daunting task. I have videos on how to build towards 20 minutes over time, but this is a way of doing it and also sneaking in some fast running that they enjoy too. You get the best of both worlds. So they get to do the tempos that you want them to do, and they get to do some of the fast stuff that they want to do. Okay, double whammy here. Workout 2, 2 miles at tempo pace. You take a 6-minute recovery. The 2 miles at tempo helps elevate the heart rate, and it will enhance the quality of what's happening next, which is 400, 300, 200, 100. You take a 4-minute recovery after the 400, 3 minutes after the 300, 2 minutes after the 200. And you start at 800 meter pace, and you go down to 400 meter pace. You get faster as it goes on. And again, you're getting some quality with the tempo run for the fall to either help in cross country or to help enhance the workout towards later on. And you're also getting some fast running too. Okay, workout 3, you do 6 times a 400 with a 3-minute recovery. And then you do a 2 kilometer rep at tempo pace. You can do 2 miles or build towards 2 miles at tempo, but this is a way of pumping lactate into the muscles, into the legs, and the way of flushing it out on the back end with the tempo piece. Okay, that way it's not sitting in your legs for days and days and days. Okay, you can even do a tempo rep in the beginning, a 2K tempo to elevate the heart rate if you think it'll help you or your athletes maximize the 6x400 meter work. And again, 6x400 meter, you're going to try to get as close to 800 meter pace as possible. It's not an easy thing to do, but and you can work towards that as well. You can do 2 sets of 3x400 if you want, with the same 3-minute recovery. Take 6 minutes in between set, and then you can do 6 times the 400. Okay, there's a way of building towards the goal volumes. Okay, and then workout 4 tempos in the beginning. You do 2-kilometer or even a 2-mile tempo. Take a 5-minute active recovery. Then you do 8 to 10 times 200-meter effort at 800-meter pace with a 90-second recovery. This is speed endurance right here, 800-meter specificity. Okay, the tempo component in the beginning helps, again, elevate the heart rate and enhance the quality of the workout. You're doing these at 800-meter pace with a 90-second recovery, so the chances are you're not going to get much lactic in the legs. But if you feel you are, you can also do a tempo component on the back end too. So, but the 8 to 10 times 200 meter is a good 400, 800 meter speed endurance specificity workout. It helps, especially for those that are half milers who come back and run a 4x4 and a double later on in the meet. Or for those that run a 600 4x4, or run a 400 and then a 4x8, or whatever it might be, right? Or a doubling 600 300. You never really know. But these types of workouts will help your ability to not only build strength for the 400 and 800. And 400 and 800 are some of the most unforgiving races, as you know. They're some of the most difficult races. These are the races where rigging and slowing down on the back end is most prominent. Well, it's these types of workouts that help position you to offset that, or slow down less than everybody else, or maintain pace, or maybe accelerate on the back end when everybody else is slowing down. These are the types of workouts that will help enhance your ability to do this stuff. And again, personally, the athletes that I coach who are middle distance and long sprint, I'll test them every 3 to 4 weeks during the cross-country season, just so they can touch base, even if it's after a tempo run. Say we're going to get on the track and we're going to run a fast 300. Whatever you run, you run. And then next time you do a 400, next time you do a 500. Or you can start them at 4 and then do a 5 and then a 6. I have some distance runners do a 4 and a 6 and an 8. Really depends on what they're doing, right? But that's a way of testing their sharpness and ability to transition in the track periodically during the cross-country season without having to feel you need to do long reps and tempo reps, threshold reps every single time out. The majority of the stuff will likely be that. But like I said, too, I break things down in segments of 3 to 4 weeks each so that you have time to adapt to each block of training and then add some kind of either volume or intensity each cycle out, okay? And as the weather gets cooler, the training is going to get more intense. But the reason I do that too is so that you're not doing too much of something too soon in cross country. That way, you don't need to run your best races in September or early October. Best races are in November. And again, I say this repeatedly. Cross country is different than track. Okay, there's no such thing as an early season qualifier. You can't run fast in your first race and then sit out the rest of the season and reload and so on and then show up at the end. You have to qualify for states or nationals or whatever it might be, regionals, at the end of the season. So you have to be at your very best at the end. So being strategic with training in cross country is of utmost importance. And that's got to be part of the training. But this is a way of infusing some track specificity into the strategic training part of cross country. If you have any questions at all about how to incorporate this, let me know. I talk to coaches and I help them incorporate this type of stuff into the training on a regular basis, high school and college. So I'm more than happy to help. And I'll give you my email address one last time, blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. Reach out to me if any questions you have. Again, whether you're a coach or an athlete, doesn't matter. I want to help as many people as possible. Hope you found this valuable. If you did, hit the thumbs up and share this with some other runners and coaches that you might know that you might think to benefit, and bring them over to the channel as well. Let them know this channel exists. You know, we're on the march to 5,000 subs. We want to try to get there. If anybody here follows TikTok, access to Coaches Mike TikTok. I put out a daily video on that too. So make sure you follow me on there too. It's greatly appreciated. So have a great day, everybody. Have the great rest of your season. Talk to you next time.